Welcome back to another in our series, The Parables of Jesus. Our parable today is found in Luke chapter 10, verses 25 through 37, the parable known as the Good Samaritan. And behold, a lawyer stood up to put him to the test, saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said to him, What is written in the law? How do you read it? And he answered, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And he said to him, You have answered correctly. Do this, and you will live. But he, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, And who is my neighbor? Jesus replied, A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and fell among robbers, who stripped him, and beat him, and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he journeyed, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. He went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he set him on his own animal, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And the next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, I will repay you when I come back. Which of these 3 do you think proved to be a neighbor to the man who fell among the robbers? He said, The one who showed him mercy. And Jesus said to him, You go and do likewise. There is a term used in the field of law and order that metaphorically describes an indisputable, incriminating piece of evidence against a wrongdoer or a criminal. It is the smoking gun. It is as if you are seeing the smoke coming from the barrel of that gun in the hand of the one who just fired it. This metaphor, or idiom as it might also be known, is what lawyers use in their case to either convict or exonerate someone accused. It is the linchpin in their case. Our parable today, known as the parable of the Good Samaritan, comes as a result of a lawyer who tests Jesus by asking him, What shall I do to inherit eternal life? It is obvious that such a question does not come from the heart of a seeker, but one who is tempting Jesus. This word ekparazzo is the same word used when Jesus quotes the Old Testament when he was tempted by Satan. In Luke 4:12, Jesus answered him, It is said, You shall not put the Lord your God to the test. And the Apostle Paul uses it when he tells the church at Corinth in 1 Corinthians 10:9, We must not put Christ to the test, as some of them did, and were destroyed by serpents. The lawyer knew exactly what the law said, and tells Jesus correctly. But in true arrogance, the lawyer feels he has the smoking gun that will prove just how much he knows. In Luke 10:29, But he, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, And who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor? Talk about being quick on your feet. Could anyone but a lawyer have cross-examined that with such piercing question? Could anyone but the Son of God have given a more perfect description in his answer? I'm reminded of Solomon in his first case we read of, when he takes the sword and tells the 2 women he is going to divide that child in 2, so each will be satisfied. The wisdom it took to answer that lawyer. What better vehicle to use than the parable? For the southern kingdom of Judah, there was no doubt who they despised: the northern kingdom of Samaria. Those half-breeds supplanted by the Assyrians following their exile in 721 BC. It was common practice for the Jews traveling from south to north or north to south to go around Samaria, which lay right smack dab in the middle of their route. They would forego the direct route through Samaria and go far to the east by the Jordan River rather than contaminate themselves amongst those Samaritans. The Samaritan woman at the well in John 4 was quite surprised by Jesus dealing with her. We read in John 4, 7 through 9, "A woman from Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, "Give me a drink," for his disciples had gone away into the city to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "How is it that you, a Jew, ask for a drink from me, a woman of Samaria? For Jews have no dealings with Samaritans." Jesus uses the parable to accomplish more than just answer that lawyer's question. He raises the bar for all time to show the world what true mercy looks like, and that neighbors are not confined by geographic boundaries or culture. Our neighbors are those whom we may pass by at any moment in our lives. Have you met a neighbor in need lately? And Lord willing, let's meet here again tomorrow and look at another parable of Jesus.